Howdy folks, Danny from Bulldog Smith Farms back at you with another knife review. And I have got a beauty for you today, and I'm going to keep it snappy and quick, and so I'm going to read a little bit of stuff because it'll keep me on track. And I have got a Sage 6 from none other than SpiderCo. And it is the Sage 6 sprint run that they did last year, right around Blade Show time. And it has a S90v steel blade and full carbon fiber peel ply handles and a push button compression lock. If you didn't know, SpiderCo uses different series of knives to test different things. The Sage series, they test different lock systems. So there's one with a frame lock. There's one with a liner lock. There's one, the Sage 5 has a compression lock, and the Sage 6 has a button-operated compression lock, which makes it a little bit easier to manipulate for people like me with hand issues than the regular compression lock, which, if you don't know, you have to reach around the back of it with your finger and push a tab in to release the blade. See that? Can you see that little tab right there? You have to push that little tab in. That's that. For most people, that's nothing. That's nothing. To me, it's a little bit more difficult than a button. And so, button, all I have to do is push that little button in, and that guy releases. And just pushing a button. This motion a little easier for me than this motion, right? With weakness in your hands, carpal tunnel, and all of that stuff, little things you realize, oh, there's little things that are kind of hard for me. So it's lightweight, it's small and compact, easy to carry, has a either side deep carry wire pocket clip. You can mount it to either side for right-handed or left-handed. And I'm going to read what they said. The SpiderCo Sage 6 Model C123 CF BCLS 90V VP is a premium lightweight everyday carry EDC knife featuring a 3-inch CPM S90v stainless steel blade and a button release compression lock. This Taiwan-made sprint run highlights superior edge retention, carbon fiber handles, and a fidget-friendly design. Let's see, blah, blah. S90V, particle metallurgy stainless steel for enhanced wear resistance. That's what S90V will get you. Button release compression lock, designed by Kevin Smock, who, if you know SpiderCo, you know the Smock designs. And he invented that locking system, and I'm glad he did. Peel ply textured carbon fiber handles over steel liners. So we have steel liners in here for a little extra strength. So it's not as light as it could be. We have barrel spacers in there. And of course, compression lock. We've got nice jimping right there. And it would be lighter if it didn't have steel liners and just had carbon fiber. Would I rather it be that? I don't know. Carbon fiber is plenty strong. And when they do one that's just carbon fiber, woo, they're light. But you're going to probably be able to do a little bit more beating on this guy with those steel liners. And they are all about making good, strong knives. They have a background in the military and police and all kinds of stuff. The dimensions on this guy is 7.17 inches in total length with a 3-inch blade, 3-inch blade. And it weighs in at a very svelte 3.1 ounces. Has a reversible deep carry pocket clip, like we said. There you go. SpiderCo makes a really nice wire pocket clip. It's tip up. And hey, you guys that are new to this, tip up means when you put it in your pocket, the tip of the blade is going to be up. If you're like me, an old guy, the only knives I'd ever had that had clips on them, tip was down. And I thought, I don't want to tip up. That's crazy. Well, there's a reason for it. If that opens in your pocket, it's going to be facing the edge of your pocket. And if it opens, it's going to be that way. Because I was going, hey, man, what if that thing opens? Bam, your hand goes right into it. As opposed to this way, right? If it opens, there's no danger. But there is if you don't know that and you get around the bottom of it, right? So, but I do think this is safer because that's going to hit the edge of your pocket, It's known for having a very smooth, fidget-friendly spider flick. And I can't do the reverse Spidey flick. My hands just won't do it. I just won't do it. At least not now. But I'm working on getting my hands stronger, so we'll see. Either way, I'm blessed. I'm walking around. I'm talking to y'all. I'm collecting some knives. And the Lord has blessed me in a million ways. The Sage 6 is part of a series showcasing different locking mechanisms with this specific model focusing on a button lock variant to improve ease of use compared to traditional liner or compression locks. And it's smooth, really smooth. Not as flingable as, because you've got to break that detent. It's got a pretty strong detent, so you got to break that detent before it'll, it's got a double detent, so it's not the best at doing this guy, not doing that. I've seen guys take that second detent out so that you can do that. I don't care. They care, so they fixed it how they want it, and I don't care, because to me this is a collectible knife that I can carry a lot, that I really love carrying. So I really wanted it and wanted the lighter version. Now, you can't buy this knife. You can. If you go look on the secondary market, you can find one probably for double the price of what they were new. But you can buy this knife. Now, what do I mean? This was the sprint run, and if you're new to SpiderCo, that means limited edition. They only made it for a little while, and then once the stock of them ran out, they didn't make any more. But you can buy this knife with an S30v blade instead of S90v, and the handles are G10 with a carbon fiber, a little thin overlay of carbon fiber. So it's a little bit heavier. And I didn't pull up how much heavier. If there's a link here, I will show you, but I don't think there's one real quick, and I don't want to take too much time on this video. So there's the one with carbon, or with G10. G10 is a little bit heavier in carbon fiber, so it's a little bit heavier. Is it a heavy knife? No. But holding them side by side at Blade Show, I was like, wow, this one's a lot lighter. If I only had one or the other, would I know the difference? No. If I had the normal production model. Would I think it was heavy? No. It's really light. It's just not as light as this because carbon fiber is really light. So, a few little things. There's beautiful jimping on this guy right here. It's really awesome because the ergos on SpiderCo are always awesome. And that guy is right there. Perfect. And if you get up in that choil right there, I love that design. And the jimping right in there. There's beautiful jimping in there. Get a hold of your hand and look. That's awesome. That's awesome. This is awesome. That's awesome. I mean, man, what a usable knife. What a usable knife. For small detail work, for carving, for cutting, for slicing, cutting steak. I mean, opening boxes, cutting rope, skinning a deer. That thing will skin a deer. And it's got an open design, so you can spray it out with a dadgum hose. Right? I mean, are you going to get some blood and maybe some little guts in there? I mean, you know. But it'll come out. And this is a user. This thing is made to use. And it is an awesome knife. And I never thought I'd say that about a SpiderCo because, I mean, just look at that hump. Let's look at that. That thing's ugly. Well, now I'm like, ooh, that micarta is awesome. I'm like, I didn't know you could make G10 luxurious feeling. I have 5 SpiderCos now. And that's nothing like some of y'all. But for me, the guy that a couple years ago said I'd never own a SpiderCo because they're ugly, it's a big deal. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate every single one of you more than you'll ever know. There's only a few of us right now. And that's all right. I'm going to start trying to do some lives, get set up to do that, and have some giveaways and some budget giveaways. But I've got some plans for some knives that ain't so budget that I think you'll like. I just got to figure out how to afford them on, veterans disability check. So, but I loved playing Santa Claus, so man, I'm gonna enjoy that. I hope I can give away nicer and nicer knives as time goes on. The more y'all there are, maybe the more that's possible. But to begin with, I just want to talk to y'all and get to know you guys. I've made so many friends in this amazing community of knife collectors. So y'all come see me again next time. I'm going to do this guy next, Montana Knife Company. I've got several of their knives, and I'm going to show you at least one of them. I will see you back next time. But I want to tell you, the word of the Lord is sharp as a razor, and it will cut you to the bone. But the grace of the Lord is more than sufficient to heal all wounds. So y'all stay snappy and stay sharp. And I'll see you back next time on Bulldog Smith Farms. God bless y'all. Bye. The next one.